Welcome to the Long Cove Club, a beautiful community where nature and residents coexist harmoniously. Today we're excited to introduce our new fishing rules and guidelines designed to ensure safety of our residents and protect our local ecosystem, particularly in areas where alligators may be present.
We first want to go over a few important rules when fishing in Long Cove Club lagoons. Effective November 1st, 2023, all members and guests must display their valid fishing permit when fishing in the lagoons. This permit can be obtained after watching this video and completing the online waiver. If you're inviting guests, remember that the owners must be present whenever their guests are fishing. For their safety, children under 16 must be accompanied by an adult with a valid fishing permit. Fishing is only allowed between sunrise and sunset, and no fishing is allowed in the lagoons on the golf course during hours of golf play. Fish traps and sunken baits for an extended period over 2 hours are not allowed. Another great fishing option here at Long Cove is the dock down at the marina. Although our permit is not required there, it is required to have a saltwater South Carolina fishing license that you can acquire through the Department of Natural Resources.
Hilton Head Island, including Long Cove Club, is home to many freshwater alligators. Understanding how to cohabitate with the reptile will keep both you and the alligator safe. It's crucial for those fishing in the Long Cove lagoons to follow the guidelines, as alligators may be present and you may be unaware of. Whenever I approach a lagoon and start fishing, the first thing I think about is what type of equipment I want. I want a medium heavy rod that has some strength to it so I can hoist the fish out of the water. I want heavier lines, like 20-pound test line, so I can pull the fish out of the water. At no point do I ever walk down to the edge of the lagoon to fish to bring a fish out of the water. So when I approach a lagoon the first time, I'm looking at the edges to see if there's an alligator on the banks, or if it's in the water, or it's concealed amongst the grasses. They can hide in there and they're difficult to see sometimes. You must be aware of that. If you locate an alligator in the lagoon, you want to make sure you keep an eye on it at all times, even while you're fishing, because the alligator, if you catch a fish, will move towards you. They're attracted to fish splashing. It's their food source. They're coming to get the food if they can. So if you get a fish and you hook it and bring it up on shore, don't go down to the edge of the water to pull it out. Just hoist it out with your heavier rod. It'll help it out of the water and get it away from the bank. If an alligator starts moving towards you, make sure you get that fish out of the water and release it. Use pliers like this. I always keep a pair attached to my waist so I can either get the hook out of the fish's mouth and then I can throw the bass back into the water away from the alligator. Never throw the bass towards the alligator. That will just incite him. Most importantly, do not stand over an alligator if it approaches the bank. You want to make sure you give it plenty of space between you and the alligator, and don't look over the top of it if you're looking down upon it. Additionally, as you approach the water's edge, never get within 6 feet of it, because that's easier for the alligator to come out and locate. Remember, the alligator is looking for a food source, so he will be coming to anything that's moving. Another important item is never feed an alligator. We don't want it to associate food with humans, and the minute they become fed, they will always be around humans. And the last thing that's very important is don't tease an alligator with a hooked fish. The alligator will try to eat the fish, and so he can come on shore looking for that fish if you've pulled it up onto the bank.